Hello friends, my name is Michelle Fondin and I'm here with my friend Gobbles the Turkey, and I'm also the author of Help, I Think My Loved One is an Alcoholic, a survival guide for lovers, family, and friends. And welcome to our forum on alcoholism and alcohol addiction. Today we're going to talk about tips for dealing with your alcoholic loved one during the holidays, and in particular, since in the United States it's going to be Thanksgiving and Black Friday and Thanksgiving weekend. Those tips are going to be about how to manage your relationship with your alcoholic loved one throughout the holidays. If you're a channel subscriber, and if you're not a subscriber, I would urge you to subscribe to my channel to get all kinds of tips and tricks on dealing with an alcoholic loved one. I did post a video on holidays with your alcoholic loved one last year, and I'll post the link below so you can check that one out. And let's go ahead and think about the holidays, in particular Thanksgiving and Black Friday, with your alcoholic loved one. Tip number one, you want to make sure that you have your phone updated with the Lyft app and or the Uber app. Here's why. If you need to travel to grandma's house or your parents' house or somebody else's house for Thanksgiving dinner, and you have your alcoholic loved one there, or you have other people with you in the car, you need to be able to leave safely if you start to feel uncomfortable. Now, we're assuming that the alcoholic in this case is going to be at the party with you, at the holiday celebration, and things might get out of hand, as you know from your previous history with your alcoholic loved one. Now, again, we're not specifying the relationship here. It could be your mom, your dad, your sister, brother, best friend, aunt, uncle, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, but you want an out. You want a way to be able to leave if you start to feel uncomfortable, if things start to get a little heated or arguments start to ensue, or you've just had enough. You need to be able to leave yourself. Now let's talk a little bit about cars. So if you and your alcoholic loved one rode in the car together, you might be wondering, should I leave the car with the alcoholic? Now, here's the rule of thumb. If it's the alcoholic's car, you need to leave that car for the alcoholic. And you might be worried about him or her driving drunk after the party, but that's not of your concern. It's not your car, you didn't register the car, it's not your vehicle, and you can't control what another person does or doesn't do. Leave the car with the person who's the alcoholic and you take a Lyft or Uber home. If it's your car, do you leave the alcoholic there if you rode together? You can perfectly well take your car. It's your car. It's registered under your name. You pay the car insurance and it's in your right to take that car home. In that case, you can even leave the alcoholic a few dollars for a cab, or you can say, you're on your own. I'm leaving now. And really, that's the way we need to conduct ourselves when it comes to taking care of ourselves first and not worrying too much about the alcoholic loved one. Tip number two. Go to an Al-Anon meeting, or even better, an AA meeting. In my last video, I talked about what to expect during your first AA meeting or your first Al-Anon meeting, and I'm going to post the link below so you can check out that video. If you have an alcoholic loved one who's affecting your life currently, it's a really good idea during the holidays to attend Al-Anon meetings. And when I said AA meetings, it's just so you can get an insight into the life of an alcoholic. It was really enlightening to me, and actually I was encouraged by my Al-Anon sponsor when I had an Al-Anon sponsor to attend AA meetings so I could see the other side of things, so I could really understand what it was like to be an alcoholic and what it's like to be an alcoholic in recovery, and also for those people to tell their stories about what they did during the holidays and the amount of regret and shame and guilt that they had to face when they were not drinking alcohol the next day or had the hangover. And it really helps put things into perspective, and it brings a little bit more compassion and love toward your alcoholic loved one. AA meetings are offered literally every day at all times of day. It doesn't matter where you are. They are readily available even on holidays, and especially on holidays. I met a friend who was in recovery, and he told me that during the Christmas season and the New Year season, this one center was holding AA meetings around the clock, 24 hours a day, because holidays are triggers for alcoholics because there's always booze available, and it's really hard for an alcoholic, especially in early sobriety, to stay away from alcohol, especially if you have to attend family parties. You can always find an AA meeting. Al-Anon meetings are a little bit trickier, but typically you'll find an Al-Anon meeting perhaps before or after the holiday. You can always attend. It's a really good way to just, again, take care of yourself and put things into perspective. Tip number 3, go shopping. Yes, Black Friday is coming up. Often during the holiday season, especially the Thanksgiving holiday in the United States, people often have family gatherings that not only come together on Thanksgiving, but oftentimes they'll go to the movies that night or go to the movies the next day, or they'll go shopping together for Black Friday that kind of kicks off the holiday season. If your alcoholic loved one is totally out of control, drunk, hungover, just go by yourself. Enjoy the holiday season. Go shopping. Look at the Christmas decorations or the holiday decorations and really enjoy yourself. You don't have to stay isolated. You don't have to stay alone. You can perfectly well go out shopping, call a friend, or take another family member with you and take the time to enjoy yourself in your own holiday season without worrying too much about the alcoholic loved one. Tip number 4. Have a sober friend on call. Now, not everyone is an alcoholic, but the holidays certainly bring about a lot of drinking, even in friends who are normally sober. And if you're really frustrated and having a really difficult time during this holiday season, because I know it can get quite lonely, you want to connect with your alcoholic loved one, and the holidays are a good time to connect, especially if this is a person that you don't see very often. Let's say it's your mom and your mom is an alcoholic, or your dad and your dad's an alcoholic, and you only get to see them a few times a year. It can be really disheartening and you can feel lonely and sad because they're not readily available to you, meaning that mentally they're not there. And it can be really frustrating. It's great to have a good friend to call. You can call people from Al-Anon. You can call your Al-Anon sponsor, but have somebody that you can talk to who doesn't drink or who's not drunk, because you never want to talk to someone when they're drunk, and someone who can empathize and just listen to you and lend that listening ear. Now, I'm certainly here. Leave a comment below. I love responding to your comments. And you can also private message me through my email. I'll have it below, michellefondinauthor@gmail.com. Step number 5. Watch these videos in my alcoholism video forum. In the playlist that you're currently watching, I have 33 videos on this playlist. If you get really frustrated and sad and it's late at night and you're so seething with anger because things didn't go the way you wished they would have, go ahead and watch these videos. These videos really teach you on life with an alcoholic, how to deal with it, how to make yourself happy, and how to live a better life yourself without it being contingent upon the alcoholic's behavior. Tip number 6, remember the 3 C's. You did not cause your loved one's alcoholism. You can't control your loved one's alcoholism. And the third thing is, you cannot cure your loved one's alcoholism. Just keep that in mind and keep that in perspective throughout the holiday season. You didn't cause it, you can't control it, and you cannot cure it, no matter what you do. And believe me, I've tried all the methods and all the ways to try to get my alcoholic to stop drinking. None of them have worked, or they've backfired, or they've worked a really short amount of time, and then he's gone back because it wasn't his idea, it was my idea. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a blessed holiday season. Enjoy yourselves. God bless. Please subscribe to my channel. Share this video with friends, family, and your dog, and your turkey. And support me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Michelle S. Fondin, and I will see you, Gobbles will see you too, in the next video.